Everyone loves a deal, until that $700 e-bike you were so excited about starts falling apart just a few months later. What felt like a smart purchase suddenly turns into a nightmare of dead batteries, failing motors, and zero support when things go wrong. The truth is, most cheap e-bikes are built to fail, but not all of them. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why 90% of budget e-bikes break, and the 3 affordable models that actually hold up. But first, let's break down why that too good to be true price usually is. Let's be real. E-bikes aren't cheap. So when you see an ad promising a full-size electric bike for a fraction of the cost, it feels like you found a hidden gem. The pictures look convincing. Fat tires, a folding frame, even a suspension fork. On the surface, it looks nearly identical to the high-end models that cost 2 or 3 times more. But here's the problem. Those flashy ads only show the outside. They never reveal what's happening inside the bike. And that's where the real differences are. The biggest corner these companies cut, it's the very part that powers everything. And once you see how dangerous those shortcuts can be, you'll never look at cheap e-bikes the same way again. The battery is the most expensive part of any e-bike, which makes it the first place manufacturers cut costs. Instead of using cells from trusted names like Samsung or LG, cheap e-bikes are often stuffed with no-name batteries that barely pass safety tests, if they're tested at all. At first, you'll get decent range, but give it a few months and suddenly that 40-mile battery struggles to make it 10. In the worst cases, the cells swell or overheat, which can be a serious safety hazard. It's like buying a phone with a knockoff battery. It works fine at first, but eventually it dies way too fast, or even becomes unsafe to use. And here's the kicker. Once the battery dies, replacing it usually costs more than half the price of the entire bike. At that point, most people just give up. But the battery isn't the only weak link. If that doesn't fail first, the motor probably will. And that's an even bigger headache. Scroll through online listings and you'll see bold claims: 750-watt motor, 1,000-watt peak power. Sounds impressive, right? But on cheap e-bikes, those numbers are often more marketing than reality. Many of these motors are weaker than advertised and can't handle real-world stress like hills or heavier riders. And then there's the wiring. Most budget bikes use thin, low-quality wires that overheat and cause the controller, the brain of the motor system, to fry. The result? A motor that stutters, overheats, or shuts down entirely. Riders end up stranded, left pushing a 65-pound bike that pedals like a tank, and even if the motor keeps running, the bike itself might not survive. Because what really separates a good e-bike from a throwaway one isn't just the electronics, it's the frame holding it all together. This is where the cheap part really shows. Many of these bikes use thin aluminum frames with sloppy welds that start to crack after a few months of regular riding. Suspension, if it exists, is usually just for looks. It doesn't absorb bumps. It squeaks, rattles, or bottoms out instantly. And then there are the brakes. On paper, they might sound decent, but in reality, they wear down shockingly fast. Imagine riding downhill at full speed and realizing your brakes are more of a suggestion than a guarantee. That moment turns a bargain purchase into a serious safety risk. And here's the crazy part. Despite all these flaws, these bikes keep flooding the market. Why? Because of the business model behind them. The truth is, many of these bikes come from the same factories overseas, where generic designs are rebranded under different names. One month, the company is Super Fast e-bike. The next month, it's Turbo Ride Pro. Same bike, different sticker. They don't care about building a long-term brand. Their goal is simple. Pump out as many units as possible, flood social media with ads, and cash in before the complaints pile up. When problems start rolling in, the company disappears, leaving riders stuck with broken bikes and no support. And that's the cycle. New name, new logo, same low-quality bike. But here's the twist. Not every affordable e-bike is built this way. A few brands have actually cracked the code on keeping prices low without cutting corners, and these are the ones worth paying attention to. Now let's talk about the 3 affordable e-bikes that actually hold up. There are a few companies that have figured out how to keep costs low without cutting corners where it matters. The first one is the Lectric XP 3.0, and this bike has basically become the poster child for budget e-bikes done right. It's a folding e-bike, which makes it incredibly convenient. You can store it in a small apartment, throw it in the back of a car, or even take it on public transport. But the real win here is durability. The frame is solid, the motor delivers consistent power, and Lectric backs it with responsive customer service. Unlike most budget brands, Lectric actually listens to its riders, updating features with each new release. Owners rave about how easy it is to maintain, and many report thousands of miles without major issues. For under $1,000, the XP 3.0 isn't just another folding bike, it's proof that affordable and reliable can exist in the same sentence. And if you thought Lectric was impressive, wait until you hear about the next one, because this company has one of the biggest e-bike followings in the world. Next up is the Rad Power RadExpand 5, and this one comes from a company that's practically a household name in the e-bike world. Rad Power has one of the largest communities of riders in North America, which instantly gives it a huge advantage. Parts are easy to find, customer support is strong, and there's a massive rider base sharing upgrades, hacks, and advice. The RadExpand 5 is their folding model, designed to be practical above all else. It's comfortable, versatile, and surprisingly tough for a budget-friendly bike. Whether you're commuting, running errands, or just cruising on the weekend, it's built to handle real-world riding. And unlike fly-by-night brands, Rad Power has a proven track record. That kind of stability is rare in the budget e-bike market, but if you want something that feels a little more stylish while still staying affordable, the next bike might be the perfect fit. Finally, we have the Ride1Up Portola, and this one is perfect for riders who want a sleek, modern design without breaking the bank. Ride1Up has built its entire reputation on offering honest specs and solid engineering at prices that regular riders can actually afford. The Portola doesn't play games. It comes with a strong motor, a well-designed frame, and thoughtful features like integrated lights and solid gearing that make it feel more premium than its price tag suggests. Unlike many budget bikes that are basically clones of each other, the Portola stands out with real engineering and long-term reliability. Owners consistently say it feels like a bike that costs much more than it does. For anyone who wants a dependable ride without overspending, the Portola proves that affordable doesn't have to mean cheap. And when you compare these three to the throwaway brands flooding the market, the difference couldn't be clearer. Now, what sets them apart? So, what makes these three succeed where 90% of cheap e-bikes fail? It comes down to three things: quality, parts, honest design, and real support. They use batteries from trusted suppliers, not mystery packs that fail after a year. Their motors are built to deliver what they actually promise, not just inflated numbers on a spec sheet. And most importantly, the companies behind them don't vanish after the sale. They provide warranties, replacement parts, and customer service that actually answers the phone. That combination, honest specs and real support, is what turns an e-bike from a short-term gimmick into something you can rely on for years. At the end of the day, buying cheap almost always means buying twice. Those bargain bin e-bikes might save you money up front, but the hidden costs of repairs, replacements, and frustration pile up quickly. The smart move isn't just grabbing the cheapest option. It's finding that sweet spot where affordability meets reliability. Because the real question isn't whether you can afford a good e-bike. It's whether you can afford to keep replacing bad ones.